Today I'm going to show you a very easy dessert, mostly made from natural ingredients. The dessert is a very simple date and chocolate slice. There is no sugar, there is no gluten, there is no dairy, there is no eggs, there is no nasties. This is the most beautiful, delicious, protein-filled dessert. It's rich, it's indulgent, it's voluptuous, it's thoroughly delicious, and it's totally guilt-free. Here, the first line of ingredients is actually my base. The second line of ingredients is my filling, and the third line of ingredients is my topping. The dessert is set on a tray like this, or a little bit higher. And basically, it's set and it's put in the fridge overnight or in the freezer. The dessert has to be kept cool at all times, and it's very, very delicious. So let me tell you about the base. The base now has something we call coconut nips. Dates are really a favorite of this region. I like to use my favorite date is the Lulu date. It's the moment in season. It's the favorite Dubai date called Lulu date. Cocoa powder, it's again a delicious superfood, which is very good for you. So what we do with these ingredients, we position them in the food processor. We make a paste out of the dates because they're quite nice and creamy. We add the cocoa nips, we add the cocoa powder, and we add the coconut. And this actually gives us, I'm going to touch it by hand, this actually gives us this beautiful base on the bottom. Very nice and crunchy. So, having explained that, for the filling now, the filling has to be creamy because the base is crunchy. For the filling, we're using cocoa butter. Cocoa butter, you can substitute with coconut oil as well. So we also have some cashew nuts here, which will actually give the body and the creaminess of our layer. And we have some maple syrup. So in this layer, in the filler, we are actually substituting the sugar with maple syrup. And then, to stabilize it all, we have some lemon. What do we do here? We will soak the cashew nuts for about 2-3 hours to become nice and soft. We then drain them, put them in the food processor, process them to a puree, and then we will actually melt the cocoa butter, add it to our cashew nuts, a generous squeeze of lemon, and we will, for a sweetener, add this very exact amount of maple syrup. So remember, we set the base. Once the base is set, we pull it out, and we then layer with a palette knife, very carefully we layer the topping on the top, the middle, this exact chocolate layer, which is actually our cashew, our cocoa butter, and our maple syrup goes here. We then put it back into the fridge to set. The top layer is actually the filling, it's actually all those ingredients. All those ingredients are much in the same fashion processed, and they go on the top. So as you can see, the base is set already. The filling is set. You actually put the top layer on the top and you let it set. You actually smooth it with a nice palette knife, let it set. And once it's set, you can actually put it in the freezer and allow the dessert to be frozen until you need it. Once you need it, take it out of the freezer and cut it in pieces and serve.